Hey guys, welcome to the second part of the kite looping tutorial. This is where we actually get into nitty-gritty details of kite looping. So, let me just say one more thing that's very important. Kite loop is actually all about the takeoff and your jump. Make sure to check our jumping tutorials, which you can find the link in the description. Especially the second one talks about takeoff for kite loop.
Let's just be aware that this move has high consequences. Do not attempt this by any means unless you're ready. This move will seriously hurt you.
Also guys, make sure to check the prerequisite video, the one before this one. That's very important to meet those prerequisites. Here's the recap for you. Okay, so let's just get into it. So we're coming in with speed. Let's start with that. And we're edging hard, which means we're digging in our heels and going for it. We're decided. And then we take off. When we take off vertically. We're trying to hit about like 7-meter jump, at least. And then we're edging hard on a takeoff. We're taking off when the kite's between 11:30, 12:30. And we pull the loop before the apex, not after, not right off the water, just before the apex of the jump. And we crank it hard.
Tension, tension, tension.
One more thing. So if you go into your loop and the wind lulls, or you feel like you've done a downwind jump or whatever, when you send the kite to go to the loop, if you do not feel the tension there, before the kite gets to about, I don't know, 10:30 or 10, you need to pull that back and abort the loop, because at that point, you will hurt yourself. Like basically, when you jump up, you got your kite in the right position, your body's in the right position. If you pull the bar and you do not feel the tension, you bring it right back and you just do a send jump. That's very important. It's a very important skill. Always have your instinct there to make sure that you're not going to pull the loop when you shouldn't pull the loop.
Yeah, something super understated. If you don't have the feeling, don't go for it. If you're doing a big kite loop, you have time on the way up to recognize the feeling of the tension. If you don't have that right tension, if you don't have that right body position, if you know you're going downwind too fast, you can easily abort the maneuver and just, you know, bring your kite back overhead, even if you splash down. It's much better to have just a normal crash with your kite above you than a loop fail when you know you're going to fail before you even pull the loop. It's not worth it.
Oh wow. That was
And that's a really important thing to sort of develop, is that instinct of when you can pull the kite loop and when you can't pull the kite loop, and that's going to save you a lot of pain.
But when is it too late?
When it's too late, if the kite gets to about 10, probably, it's too late. Or on the other side, probably 1. Like, it's too late. Pull the loop, finish it off, you're going to hit the water hard, but at least you're not going to just slam into the water.
Yeah, or if you're past your apex already.
Yeah.
If you're coming down already, it's not normally the right time to pull a loop. You know, we see more advanced guys doing this from extra heights, but by the time you're at that level of doing kite loops, you'll know. But if you're in the learning phases, once you're coming down from your jump, it's not the right time.
No.
So when you're pulling that loop, keep in mind that body position. It's really important to be square to the kite. One hand pushes, one hand pulls, and you're composed, ready for that yank to kick in. Hold on and wait through the madness. The important thing here is there's no space for hesitation. Hesitation is the killer. You have to complete the loop. We can't emphasize it enough.
Like Jan was saying, committed steering through the loop. Steer hard. Bring the kite up. Let the bar out as your kite is pointing up. Enjoy the ride.
Alright guys, so we're in the free fall zone now. This is where the loop's completed, we've sheeted out, and now we're expecting to fall down underneath the kite. This is one of the big rush moments of the kite loop where after it yanks you, you're now going to fall. At this point, there's not going to be any tension in the bar, right? You've sheeted out, you're falling down underneath. You're also going to notice a loss of steering at this point. This is why, like Matt said, we need to ensure that this kite has come all the way around so we fall underneath it as it comes up towards 12 o'clock. As it gets close above us to 12, sometimes maybe put it to one side or the other, depending which way you'd like to loop. But as it comes above us, we are going to sheet back in and prepare for our catch loop or redirect, so we can redirect the kite to land in whichever direction we are going to be choosing.
We want to really make sure that our board is pointing downwind at this point, because if your board is like perpendicular to the way that we're traveling, that's not going to be good. You're going to do a tomahawk and a tomahawk and a tomahawk.
Oh!
The other thing that keep in mind is that a couple of tips, like when you're starting the loop, you can push back on your body in order to get a little more tension on the kite. One thing I like to do is when I'm coming down on the free fall, I like to keep my body long like that. And in order to get more tension, if I feel the tension's not there, what I'll do is I have the ability to pull in my body, and it kind of weights the kite again, and it allows the kite to come further overhead. And that's a really good tip. If you ever find yourself like not having enough tension, like I said, you just let yourself go, like lengthen out, and then pull in your body in order to tension the kite. That'll bring the kite further overhead. Another thing is if you start going a little higher and you find, you know, that at the point where you can really send the kite behind you, let the kite go way behind you, and then when you feel like you're getting close to the water, you're gonna like pull in the bar and do that recovery loop, and it's gonna slow you down a lot because the kite's gonna be way behind you and it's gonna just completely like slow you down.
Yeah, this works great. Usually happens when you have the higher ones where you have additional height, and this means that your kite is not ready for the downsteer yet. And like Lauren said, it's great. It slows you down a lot as it comes behind you, and it's very advantageous to not coming out with a lot of speed.
And if you're high enough, you do multiple loops. You do one, and then you do two, and then you land whenever you land, and you do as many as you have to do in order to land properly.
Yeah, and that ties in with our prerequisite of being able to do over 10-meter jumps and land them confidently.
Exactly.
If you're not ready to be doing a heli loop in either direction, you're probably not ready to be trying this maneuver yet.
So yeah, guys, that's it. Super stoked for you guys to be sending, and yeah, this is basically it. That's a wrap up. All our best tips here. Just remember, guys, send it hard and stay safe, because this is actually quite dangerous. Like, especially if you're not smart and if you're making bad decisions, you might just injure yourself. So be smart and really make sure that you meet all those prerequisites, and be reasonable. You know, it's important to know when not to loop. But yeah, if you follow all the steps, you should be good. So have fun, send it.
Tension, tension, tension.
If you don't feel the tension, do not pull the loop. So when you send your kite over to to whatever, probably like 11 or 10:30, like as you're pulling the loop. If you do not feel any tension in the kite, you're just going to steer the kite back. That's it. You're not going to complete the loop. If you don't feel the tension, do not complete the loop. Just abandon it.
Perfect. But once it's done, it's done.
Yeah, once you're in the loop, full commitment, just send it.
Charles wants to say something.
I choose not to kite loop.
Why not?
Like, you know, sometimes, you know, the juice ain't worth the squeeze.
If you're interested, check out our Barkwell kite loop tutorial. This is the next thing you can try after you've learned your loops.
To be able to land with speed.
And obviously board downwind, but that's
Able to land with speed with the board downwind.
land hot.
With the board
And
downwind.
remember to send it.
What's happening? This is the best!
Bloopers.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
Right. So, no, we can't do that. We can't
Okay.
be dumb. We can't be
Okay.
dumb.
Okay.
Body position needs to be stable.
During the jump?
Yes.
Yes. If you are a noodly motherfucker, you have no fucking business moving fucking. I'm
Jan, we
sorry.
should not be filming this. This is not part of the video.
Yeah.